The man ponders his cooking utensil. He smiles and bangs his... It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling.
Let me handle this.
You seem a little different today.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen. That's right. I'm not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
Not a muscle moves in her face, but...
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
What you want is of no significance, officer. Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems? What are we going to do to you? The Union isn't going to do anything to you.
Goddamn right.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress. Aggressive? You make your living enforcing...
Just dock workers? Do dock workers...
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in...
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. Let's.
This is where you say your bit.
Detective.
Oh, this is about him.
You're sure taking your time, waiting for him to get ripe and pretty for you, huh?
Oh, he was a real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff.
Time to go to work in the ship.
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of...
You might want to start asking your questions now.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match. Starting from the right, boot size 44, blonde man in his 30s. Sitting on his right, standard working boots, size 45 or 46. Across at the other table, hobnailed working boots, size 43. Gang tattoos, Mesk or Sarah Mauritian. He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock quarter. And then, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hart. In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44, 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. On his neck, forget it. Let's call this one the musician. Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man, in the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy, boot size 46, deep marks, probably carried. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs. Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions.
The fuck is with you, fella? What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy Boy, there's 7 of us and we're all... Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy Boy? We ain't hiring.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want?
It has to be good, if he won't let you pursue it.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy Boy. It's a she, and you don't like us.
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. You're not cops here. Don't go digging around.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer?
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy.
The pretty boy. You guys really...
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
You mean these boots? We all got a pair. We wore them the night we took the pretty boy out back and hung him by the neck.
As he speaks, his fists contract, going through the pulling.
Yeah, we did this. Together, all of us, until he was dead. That's why our prints are all over the scene. Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you...
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
Who do you fucking think does?
Titus, no one was thinking...
That there's any question who's the leader. That's how he would have ended.
No. No. No! Fuck no! The big dick is right here!
Disregard the outburst, officer. None of the boys have any comments on their power relations. That night, they acted as one. That's all.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
But you see, a lawman, is something people agree upon. And here in Martinez...
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the...
Known him? We don't associate...
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines...
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for White Pines?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent it. Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
Because he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out of line.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to some...
Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm RNE's goddamn special forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all!
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some RNE's
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did. Right there.
Sire, the tale is... This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed...
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why he regrets mentioning it? Hope
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't...
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started to come in here every night. Drinking.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl. Young. Gets into the second verse of Love and Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you.
Yeah, me and Eugene got around.
there's something odd. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
No. You're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter. I'm not discussing it with you clowns. We hanged him up by his neck. And
Didn't they teach you anything?
This is where an autopsy would come in handy. You have to work with what you know.
Titus.
we overpowered him. Dragged his unconscious body to the tree.
Then we left him for seagulls, man.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first. Then see if it all adds up.
With numbers, asshole. How do you think?
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Weren't you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar. It happened right here.
Like what, Copper?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder, even if it is a group.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating. Again.
Good one.
Yeah, lawman. Why don't you?
It's almost an anthropological site.
Not in the arresting mood.
A fearful readiness, like an electric by your side. The lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. Easy. Walk back from the provocation. They're armed, and they outnumber us. The lieutenant tries to establish eye contact with you.
Wise move. You made about fucking time.
Was that? Could it be the Col de Mama d'Aqua? No, it's probably just your... There seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring. Lena also said that it couldn't be heard by any other animal, including humans. What you're hearing must just be a regular bird. There it is again. You're about to rediscover. It must be very close. Maybe. Just what are you doing? You're a police officer, not a pansy ornithologist. The only birds you should be looking for are healthy women of childbearing age. Oh no. The sound. No. Too late. It's gone. There is no ringing anymore. Keep your ears peeled, then. If the species really has migrated to Martinique. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facility. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect. So, it seems the armor went to Seminine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP...
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk...
This is a fun challenge for her. An opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote. She'll gladly put in the extra effort for Team RCM.
Sure. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I will have more information for you then. Just a second, officer. Sylvie Malaika.
Yes, hello? Oh, great. What else do you need, detective? No, absolutely not. Uniform? You mean, why did I...
Why not?
Maybe, I don't know. I just...
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers. A radio on the white suede feels luxurious under that. The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and white boots. His skin is marbled with decay. The fish lips stay silent in response.
I told you, he is male, 4250, with an athletic build.
Only the lower extremities are pink. The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso, the material, are delicate and fragile. They feel these are clearly not boots. They're armor.
Indeed. Ceramic under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model.
A small... Suddenly your biceps coil up. Your elbow is sharp and cocked. Your fist can...
Did you hear that? This is a kinetic redistribute.
Faint, or like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic. I am so disappointed in you. What are you interested in then? The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso covered in tattoos. And the material delicate. These are clearly not boots. There are... The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso... inconspicuous pile of the roofing material Eternite. An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material Eternite.
Fuck does Kuno care? So? Fuck, okay.
Kuno sent your fat-ass friend.
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened.
Good idea.
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. Don't be saying what Kuno said back to Kuno. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to...
Yeah, real interesting.
The fuck about it? You're testing Kuno's...
Get lost,
Yeah, the kingdom of Kuno. The fuck do you... Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno... Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno...
The lieutenant takes a quick note.
It's a trap, Kuno. Don't climb it, Kuno.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kids...
The fuck are you calling a third person?
Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to fiddle you. He's gonna put his hands on you. Help! Pig's got Kuno.
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Everybody!
Escalate, Kuno. His dick is out.
Pigs in here, Kuno! So
How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason.
fucking logical. Help! The logical pig is fiddling Kuno. No!
The nearly psychopathic way they could slip in and out of the act implies you're not the first victim.
No one? Kuno's doing this because he likes...
This is where Kuno established change of plan. You can't let that happen. It will make things harder.
Help! The pig's gagging him! Kuno can't speak!
Help! Misters, help! He's flashing Kuno! He's showing his genitals!
You put him up to this yourself. When
Listen to your friend. Kuno owns the fat ass. Help! The RCM is trying to fuck Kuno! No.
This is where Kuno change of...
Help! The pig's gagging!
you
Listen to your...
Yeah, we're all in this together!
The lieutenant doesn't even...
Help!
You put...
Listen to your friend.
You're fucking losing it, you fat fuck!
Help, people! The RCM.
You put him...
Listen to your friend. Help! The RCM is trying to fuck Kuno in the ass.
You didn't shut him down. Your fat fist didn't meet its target. Instead, it pulled you down with it.
Pig's trying not to cry. Kuno can't believe this shit. Pig, Kuno thought you had this. What happened? Kuno can't do anything now.
Fucked your shoulder, fucked your knee, fucked your fat body up!
Yeah, you deserve this. Trying to show your dick.
Oh God, do something quick. They're gonna start that again.
Kuno beat the shit out of the popo.
I told you not to tempt such forces. Now, how about we go and do something worth the public...
Look, see? It's the fuck...
You belittled yourself before the Kuno. Now you must seek his forgiveness.
Whoa, whoa! What's this psycho shit?
He's trying to forget it, Kuno.
Reminisce with Kuno. First, you tried to...
Yeah, Kuno, what was that?
How are you gonna make Kuno forget that shit, huh?
A material offering is implied. He wants stuff. Only stuff can make it okay again.
Put it away. The information here isn't worth it.
Back off, fuck eyes! Kuno is a man.
The lieutenant doesn't like this. It may be less destructive to your working relationship to just come back alone later.
Fuck you too, Pigo! Fuck you!
What are you doing?
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. All you hear is static, but no one answers the call. Just an ordinary wall.
Trying to sneak up on me again?
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, it's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. No reply. This door has been closed with a padlock. What are you doing? You're trying to cut the body of the lock with the chain cutters, and it's really not.
I believe it's the shackle you mean to cut, Detective. Perhaps you should give it another go.
The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock...
After you, Detective.
A plaster cast by Mazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a theoretical historian. He was a leading figure in the Grad side of the turn-of-the-century revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is...
The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. Whoever lives here definitely shares your enthusiasm. There aren't many communists around.
You hear someone walking around inside. The walking stops. You can feel tension on the other side. A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis. I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about... Now, what do you want?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Ask away, policeman. The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the wall. She leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others. No one lives there. It's been empty for months. Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again. Breaking into a house like it's a public space. You're a policeman? Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans. Oh, that one is a scientist. A future... I think he studies astrology at the... Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall. That's what I said.
The lieutenant shakes his head, as though to say, let it go.
People come and go.
They probably just moved, or died. She mumbles some kind of a response, then hacks something.
I'm no one. If you can call it living. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no.
She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences. What happened here? It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Indeed. You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging.
Excuse me?
You have plenty of reason to enter.
Oh, come on.
Well, that
was smart.
The luxury of fine things. Just look at those black monk straps. After spending an entire day hustling, who's to say that you didn't deserve a pair of ridiculously beautiful things give you a rush? Remember, when they come to take it away from you, you worked for those shoes. Whether you like it or not, they're either a gateway drug or a booster pack.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I am not... Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a nondescript municipal logo.
Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour. I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place. It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner, but that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to a hole in the wall, can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff.
The sum must have been puny.
Well, it does not disappear from my hands. No, I don't let it. These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, I'll tell you. Martin, don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how both apartments are now. Of course.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged
Give me a moment. I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them. Yes. Well.
Your statements are too vague to comment on.
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are. Yeah, you got me now.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock. Or what? You'll push me off this ledge and pry the bucket from my dead hands? What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells? Ugh, alright, sad piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fish. If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time. No. That's all the snitching, Cindy. I have a weakness for animals. It's the animal thing.
Or a weakness for police officers, miss. Thank you either way.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? This...
Yes, reality and experimental side case.
No, but please, a little...
We have time for you to tell me why you need a reality lowdown.
How truly curious. A sort of philosopher detective. Oh?
Yes. Why don't you tell Mrs. Messier what you told me?
Ah, yes. The episode.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well. He only needs a...
We may be here a while then. Ask away, officer. I'll help however I can.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
We're in Martinez, baby. Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not... I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before. As a teenager. This place used to be a province. A workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its work. The reeds are the real star of the show here now. The further down the coast, it's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. Yes, we're on an island in an ocean, the world's largest body of water.
Known to the early Revacholians as Les Immensités, vast, lukewarm and unknowable, flowing in and out of sight.
Caillou. Imagine a pebble. A smoothed-over pebble amidst a great blue sea.
It is clear this pebble and to humanity at large.
I would be happy to. What is a These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. For the big time.
The smile of a predator. No doubt what she's got in mind.
The revolution. It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next, who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle. The liberals got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, I mean everything. Liberals are usually middle-class people, Detective. Or the remaining... Some were rich enough to stay with a constitution, with monarchy. Big mistake. Others bet on the revolution. They were called the ultras, or ultra-liberals. They fared well. They didn't win so much as survive. We were the...
We? She's one of them.
To foreign intervention. The coalition. Those people really took the mineral rights. The liberals took everything that wasn't nailed to the ground. The coalition took the ground. The coalition of nations. Grad, Mesk, the moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is. They, at least not in the same manner and volume as the others do. They are
the rulers of Revachol.
This is their zone of control. They embolden the RCM.
The color of moralism is blue. The official motto of Moral Intern, or Moralist International, is a blue forget-me-not, a piece of grey sky. Unofficial. For a moment, there was hope.
A devout man of the center. Hard to come by. It's good to have someone who takes a moderate approach to head shooting. Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head. Oh, and the anarchists too. They shot them. Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million.
Yeah, it was a kerfuffle, all right.
Yes. The Insulindian deluge. Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. Accounts did. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a vet. About head shooting. They are what they... Anyway, enough sentimentality. Is there anything else you want to know? A bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions? Ah! This is the pier of Rue des Saint-Gis-Ortu. A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new... This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by the standards of the last century. Built to mirror the skyscraper, mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was one...
Splat, splat.
Wonderful. Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know, on the contrary, officer. There are yet communers you have not talked to. And don't look so surprised. In a time like this, it would be I suggest you go back and canvass for more suspects.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized. The metal feels cold and wet under your palm.
Probably some kids.
A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onak. That's Kuno on the lens. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast. You know this to be the star of Pericarnassus, or the Cairo. The central symbol of the Pericarnassus. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabinier do for you? Vigilance officer, what can this old carabinier do for you?
Officer, the mayor side of police in Ma...
keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes, keep saving that economy.
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers triumph over them. They're the star of the show here.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
Abort. These are hidden.
Damn, officer! You look like a mega...
They're perfect for concealing your bloodshot.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Are you sure? But they look so good on you. You should think this through, officer. Everything's still cool here, officer.
Good morning to you, officers.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed samurai. You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man.
The woman still has her eye.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Where am I? Who are you? Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s. The men have a small jaws than ever back in Mecca during the time of the revolution. The sidewalks and cafes are filled until you came along, that is. Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hell.
There's something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the soles of her boots. Maybe she was at the hanging somehow.
Now what do you want with an old woman's boots, Harife? I'm starting to think you should let me get back to Gabriel Buenguerro. You are no Gabriel.
She's wearing sturdy worker's boots, made of black leather.
Just before Gabriel, it was the coronation of Franco Negro. Now...
Moreover, the boots were size 37. Tiny. Another discrepancy, although not boot-related, is the coronation of His Innocence, Franco Negro, which happened 500 years ago.
I could have told you that from just looking at them. A size is 37.
The feet of a little girl, they fit well on the pedals. Diamonds? Of course not. But wouldn't it be marvelous? Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine. I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry.
She says that as if something narcotic is the real reason.
Then it's contraband, Loman. What? Do you want to take an all...
Bad hand. Hermenegildos's bad hand. Strangled 300 people. What can I say? Some people just really like strangling people.
What do I need drugs for, Loman? What I see, what I feel, the great advert. Then what were you?
Maybe if she thought you're corrupt.
Who the fuck is Irrat? Ah, and what do I care about the union boss? He's no Gabriel. He's no Franco Negro. He's not even Hermenegildo. Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way. Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grat, on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saramiriza? No, Loman.
Damn this. Make her answer.
Diamonds are good for you, Loman. You should try them sometime. I would never make fun of her.
Ma'am, you're not responsible for what a client puts in your lorry, as long as the seals are not opened. We officers know that.
Lay off her.
Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where it will.
I think we're done here, no? She's just a distracted old woman.
So he doesn't think she's the...
You hear that, Loman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me. Oh, don't worry about me. I'm one of the best camioners around. Lomonosov's Land, Udashnight, the Transcatolia Magistral. You for 1A. At Estradas do Mirador. You're right, Loman. I'm the one who should take my health more seriously.
A correct appraisal.
Is that all you woke me up to say? Yes.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now. You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath.
What is what? If you want to buy one, then it's only 4 real. Here you go.